What is going on YouTube? Today I got something that was pretty close to me. Yeah, I had to zoom over to Healthy Planet after work because for those who don't know, you can get like a bunch of stuff there, like creatine, protein, stuff like that. I usually get my creatine from there because like Amazon stuff has it for like 80-90 bucks for tax. This place has it for 60 bucks for tax. For those of you who see it and live near Healthy Planet but didn't know that and use creatine, go to creatine for your protein and stuff. It's pretty cheap and creatine. But other than that, yeah. So I got something that I've got on the channel before. I got Scotty Bonds. I seen that they had bowls. I don't know if I got a bowl from them before. I may or may not have. I haven't had Scotty Bonds in a long time. Last time I had it was on the channel. So I went and got Scotty Bonds. I got one of their curry chicken bowls. This is like the most interesting curry chicken bowl because it's curry chicken. It has like the potatoes and chickpeas, I guess, that you get in curry chicken. And then they gave me coleslaw, which is like, yeah, get that. But then they gave me like corn and like some like lime sauce on it. So I don't know. It's a bit different. I think I may have gotten this before. I think I might not have gotten it before. If I gotten it before, then you guys are seeing it again. So there you go. I mean, it smells like classic. Look at that. I mean, it looks, honestly, it looks pretty good. Let's get a bit closer. The coleslaw is like super white, so it's like I don't even know if you guys can see that properly, but I don't know. It looks pretty interesting, so we're gonna get into this. Before we get started, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave a comment down below if anything you want to try, anything you want to talk about. I'm down to do that. As always, check out the timestamps in the description. Yeah, you guys can see. Fork. Oh no, this is a knife. Where's a fork? Please tell me you guys gave me a fork. I feel like this is like how they gave, you know, like MREs and stuff like that, which I do want to do a video for. Like I want to get there's so many things I want to do video for, but I feel like it comes like this. So first bite here with the curry chicken and then the corn and all that. It tastes too bad. The food's warm. That's good. The rice just tastes like rice. The chicken's nice and tender. It's got a good amount of sauce on it. It's not like super dry or lacking sauce there. Here's the potato. Potatoes are like one of my favorite things from like eating curry chicken stuff. Get off coleslaw. The potato, I feel like it's not cooked enough. It still tastes like, yeah. And that's just basically it. It just tastes like it hasn't been like boiled or like however they make it like simmered enough. I feel like you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that. Right? Usually potatoes with great curry chicken, stuff like that. It's like soft, you just bite into it, it's nice and soft. But this one's got like a bit of a crunch to it, which is why I'm just like, it needs to be cooked a bit more. The potatoes could definitely be a bit better though. Like even in terms of like just flavor wise, kind of like a light sauce to it. And I don't know if I mentioned the coleslaw, I did, but the coleslaw just tastes like regular. Coleslaw is just adding the texture to it, honestly. Right now, that's its main purpose. This corn, that's my fault. She asked me, I said yeah. So I'm like, why not? Right, it's corn. I like corn. I guess it's like a corn salsa. I definitely do taste the corn, but it's not like game breaking. It's not like I'm having it, I'm like this is make or break. I gotta look away, you can take the food. I look back and eat and I wouldn't even notice because it doesn't even add anything to it, but yeah. It was there. Other than that, how was your guys' day? My day, so annoying. So I've talked about pet peeves before. But let me tell you about another pet peeve I have. A corporate pet peeve, right? It's just things I noticed, not in my own life or anything like that. But, you know, things I see. And it's like when companies add extra tasks to your job, and, you know, they don't pay more or anything like that. And it's crazy to me because, like, I understand, like, the job's always evolving and stuff like that. But at a certain point, when you keep adding stuff to your job, whether it be procedural or like something like that, like something extra you need to do, I feel like at some point it becomes exploitative, right? What do you guys think? Like, say you're hired to become a server. Use this as an example. You're hired to become a server, you went to become a server, and then at some point they're just like, oh, okay, now that you guys like have been a server for a while, we're adding it just to be faster. Now you the servers have to go in the back and like cook like steak. Anytime it happens, we'll give a separate section for you guys. You guys just cook the steak. Just cook the steak every time. And it's like, okay, well, some people would be okay with it. Some people wouldn't. But the reason why they wouldn't be okay with it is because there's people who get paid for it, and that's their designated job. Right? But I get it. Because sometimes, in this example, like you want to streamline the service, and a lot of times servers are sitting around doing nothing. It makes sense for them to be like, okay, let me throw in a little extra. Maybe not to make sense to like cook the food because they're two separate jobs for two separate people, but you know what happens. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be rambling this whole video. Now, say you're doing that for a while, it's all fine and dandy, and then suddenly they're just like, oh, okay, you know what? Now you guys have to make salads too, because those things make it faster too. And at some point, you're just like, wow, I'm getting paid a certain amount of money for a job that I agreed to at the time. But it's like, as I'm working here, my pay isn't changing, but responsibilities that belong to other jobs that also are able to do it are now being put onto me on top of my thing. It's like, there's two separate people for two separate jobs, but now you're kind of merging it and paying one of them the same amount while giving them extra responsibilities that were put on for a second job. If that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense when saying that, but I've been seeing that a lot recently. I feel like it's unfair. To a certain degree, obviously. Like in some cases, it's fair. Like when I used to work at a movie theater, we would just serve and do nothing. Like literally, we just serve, walk around, do nothing, right? Like for example, I'll give you an example of why I did nothing in that job. We would literally go into the theaters, take people's order, and then we'd go to the next theater, clean it for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever it was, and then serve that theater. And we just do that all day. And it was like the lightest work ever. And then you would just go home you'd be the last person at work and the first person to leave, making the most money, right? And there'd be times where like the theater's dead. So you'd just be sitting there doing nothing for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or you wouldn't have cleans. So you'd be doing nothing for such a long time. And eventually they implemented it that we'd have to go get stock for like the concession, the concession has candy and like cups and all that stuff. They made it that like you wouldn't serve a theater if you like open, you would go get their stuff. And it's like, that's fair. See, that's a fair one because we're not doing anything and it's a smaller group of people. Right? And it makes sense that like, if I'm not doing anything for 30 minutes, like literally not even clean for 30 minutes, I should go do that, right? And also as like a server, you like need those things to sell so people can like put it in their bill and like eat it and stuff like that. But like, so when you're doing something else and you have like a specific job and they add on something and then they add on another thing and they add on another thing and they add on another thing, which like has actually nothing to do with your job technically. It's just like, it's strange. I guess the best analogy I could have made for that was just, your server, just as you know, servers like do everything that has to do with front of the house, but then you make them go cook something in the back randomly once in a while. Especially, and even when it's like busy, you still have to do that. And you don't accommodate. You don't accommodate for anything. You don't accommodate to their sales targets. You don't accommodate to the fact that they may take longer to get to guests here and there. Like it's things like that, you know? I hope I'm making sense here. This literally just came to my mind like 5 minutes before the video. So it's like, you know, because I seen like something, you know, and yeah, that's just something that was on my mind. But I'm almost done this gentrified West Indian food. It's not too bad. Not the best, but like, if there's the last bite here. If there's literally anywhere else to get this food, I'd get it from literally anywhere else. I feel like if you're adding on tasks to like your employees and stuff like that, and they're like major tasks that once belonged to like a different like a group of people or a different job title, and now you're also doing it in addition, or you're doing it instead, I feel like there should be some sort of compensation to it. I don't know. Like if you're in the back as a server throwing down and like making steaks and stuff like that, I feel like you should get a part of the tip out for that, or at least pay less than your tip out, because you're the one who you're also like making the food too now. But obviously it's a very simplified, non-thought out thought in my mind that I was just thinking of pretty recently, like I said. So with that being said, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below if anyone try anything to talk about. I'm down to this. Always check out just videos in the side. Yeah, that was Scotty Bonds, the curry chicken bowl. Very basic, very whatever. The chicken was pretty good. It wasn't too bad. It had flavor. The potato wasn't cooked enough to my liking. It would have rather to be a little bit softer, not have like a crunch to it. Coleslaw, no flavor. I guess I added a nice texture to it, and the corn, get that out of there. And lime sauce, I tasted lime sauce, but I think it just like went right past my head. But yeah, I think I'll give it like a 5 out of 10. Very basic. Like I said, if I'm gonna get it from somewhere else, I'll get it from literally anywhere else. But with that being said, finally, again, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my little mini work rant. I hope that made sense about what I'm thinking. And yeah, Scotty Bonds, 5 out of 10. First review. Thank you for watching, and peace.